Hello students, I am Samir and today I am going to teach you NCERT class 10th chapter 2 polynomials, and this is the part 2 of this chapter. So before continuing with this chapter, with this video, please watch the part 1 of this chapter. So in this video we are going to cover the remaining topics, which are relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial, division algorithm of polynomials. Now the first topic, relationship between the zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. So far we have seen that in a linear polynomial, the relationship between the zero and the coefficients is 0 is equal to minus b by a. So in a linear polynomial, the value of 0 is equal to minus b by a. Now coming to quadratic polynomial, since it is a quadratic polynomial, the values are little bit different and the relationship is little bit different. So as you can see here, the sum of the zeros is minus b by a and the product of zeros is c by a. Now let us understand with example. Here one polynomial is given, quadratic polynomial 2x square minus 8x plus 6. So in ninth class, how to factorize a quadratic polynomial has been taught. So same thing is used here to factorize this polynomial. As you can see here, we have split the middle term minus 8x in such a way that if you multiply those values, you will get the product of a and c, that is coefficient of x square and the constant term. So in this example I will show you minus 8x is split into minus 6x minus 2x. So if you multiply the coefficients of the splitted variables, 6 into 2 should be equal to coefficient of a, that is 2, and the constant, that is 6. So 6 into 2 is equal to 2 into 6, that is correct. So this is the correct way of splitting the middle term for the factorization. Now notice that I have given here is equal to 0. This is because we want to find the zeros of this quadratic equation. So now we can take common out here. 2x is common in the first two term and the 2 is common in the second two term. Again you can take common out, x minus 3 is common out. Here the result is this. Again from the first term you can take out 2 common. So finally we get x minus 1 is equal to 0 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. These are the two zeros of the given polynomial. Now x minus 1 and x minus 3 are also called the factors of the given polynomial. So the sum of zeros is 1 plus 3. We have found out the zeros 1 and 3. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. And the product of zeros is 1 into 3, that is 3. So when we compare it with the values minus b by a and c by a, you can see that minus b by a, that is minus into minus 8 by 2 is 4. This whole thing satisfies. And minus c by a, that is 6 by 2, that is 3. This thing also satisfies. So this is how the relationship is between the coefficients and the zeros in a quadratic polynomial. Now this is in general a general format for the zeros relationship between zeros and coefficients. So as you can see here, if x minus a and if alpha and beta are the zeros of quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c and a not equal to 0, then you know that x minus a, x minus alpha and x minus beta are the factors of the p of x, and x ax square minus ax square plus bx plus c is equal to k into x minus alpha into x minus beta. So as these two values are factors of the given polynomial, it will be equal to the polynomial into some constant. So when you multiply these two values and multiply it with some constant, you will get the actual polynomial. So again, this left right hand side has been solved. Again, this will become one quadratic polynomial so that we can equate the values, and when we are equating the values we get alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and alpha into beta is equal to c by a. So that is about quadratic polynomials. Now let us see some examples based on this concept. Find the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 3 and verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficients. So here we have used one formula, a square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a plus b. So this polynomial is also in that format. So we can write x minus root 3 into x plus root 3. So these two are now factors of the polynomial. When you equate these values to 0, you will get the zeros of the polynomial. So that will be root 3 and minus root 3. Now you have to verify the relationship between zeros. So you have already found out the zeros, now we have to verify. So as you can see, sum of zeros is 0, root 3 minus root 3 is 0, and you can see there is no b, there is no coefficient of x is 0, there is no second term here, so that whole part will become 0. So this value is equal to 0. So this part has been verified and it is true. Now product of zeros is root 3 into minus root 3, that is minus 3. Again, if you see here, c by a minus 3 by 1, which will become 3 again. So this part also verified and this is also true. Similarly, other example, this is actually the reverse of the previous question. Here the zeros have been given and we have to find out the quadratic equation, quadratic polynomial. So sum is minus 3 and the product is 2. So we have to find out the quadratic polynomial. So if alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3, we can equate it to the other values, the coefficients as given in the formula. So the sum of the zeros will be minus b by a and the product of the zeros will be c by a. So when you when you solve these two equations for one value, you will get the other values also by replacing the value in the equation. So now since you have got all the three values of a, b and c, you can simply replace these values in the general formula of the quadratic polynomial, that is ax square plus bx plus c. So when you put the a 1 into 1 in the place of a, 3 in the place of b and c in the 2 in the place of c, you will get the required equation, you will get the required polynomial. Now coming to the cubic polynomial, here also we have some relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. As you can see, a cubic polynomial has three zeros, that is alpha, beta, gamma. So the relationship between these zeros and their coefficients are also 3. So as you can see, there are three relationships. Sum of the particular zeros is equal to minus b by a, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is equal to c by a, and the product of the zeros is minus d by a. So this is the concept for cubic polynomials. So let us solve one example based on the cubic polynomial. Now here verify that 3 minus 1 and minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of a cubic polynomial 3x square minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3, and then verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficients. So simply what is given here, zeros are given and the polynomials are given, and we have to verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients. So simply we will get the value of a, b, c, d from the polynomial itself. Now we have to add these values. Sum of the zeros is equal to minus b by a. So as you can see, alpha is equal to 3, beta is equal to minus 1 and gamma is equal to minus 1 by 3. When we add these three values, we get 5 by 3. Again minus b by a, that is minus into minus 5 by 3. As you can see from here, minus 5 by 3 minus into minus 5 by 3, that's also the same 5 by 3. Again if you see here also, alpha beta, beta gamma plus gamma alpha is also, by putting the values here we get answer, that is 1. No, answer is minus 11 by 3. So if you see c by a, c is minus 11 and a is 3, 11 by 3, minus 11 by 3. Same thing for the product of the zeros also, the product is 1 and the value of d is minus 3 by 3, so that is also 1. Minus into minus 3 by 3, that is 1. So the zeros, the relationship has been verified. Now these are some practice questions. Please pause the screen and pause the video and note down these questions. Now coming to the second topic of our video. So division algorithm for polynomials. In the previous chapter we have seen division algorithm, Euclid's division algorithm, and now it has some steps. So based on that steps we have divided the numbers. Now here there are steps given for the division of polynomials, and based on these steps we will divide polynomials with other polynomials. Now here one example is given and we are going to solve, we are going to divide this example, this polynomial with this polynomial by using these steps. So first let me explain the steps. To obtain the first term of the quotient, divide the highest degree term of the dividend by the highest degree term of the divisor, then carry out the division process, right? The step 2 is, now to obtain the second term, divide the highest degree term of the new dividend by the highest degree term of the divisor, again carry out the division process. So same thing you have to carry out once again. What remains is 9x plus 10. Now the degree of 9x plus 10 is less than the degree of the divisor, so we cannot continue the division further. Now simply what your first step is, you have to divide the highest degree term of the dividend with the highest degree term of the divisor, right? So here highest degree is x square, here highest degree is 3x cube. So if you multiply x square with 3x, you will get 3x cube, right? Now again you have to multiply these two values also with 3x. So when you multiply 2x into 3x, you will get 6x square. 1 into 3x, 3x. Now you subtract these values, you will get this 3x square and 3x square will get cancelled. You will get 5x minus 5x square minus x plus 5 will come down. So you are remained with this. Again you have to apply the step 2, which is highest degree here and highest degree here. Divide the highest degree here with highest degree here. So when you multiply this value with minus 5, you will get minus 5x square. Again 2x into minus 5 is minus 10x. 1 into minus 5 is minus 5. Again subtract the value, these two get cancelled. The remaining is 9x plus 10. So this 9x plus 10 is remainder. Why is it remainder? Because this value is less than the value given on the divisor part. Remainder is less than divisor, so this division cannot go further. So 3x minus 5 is the quotient. So as you can see here, the quotient is 3x minus 5 and the remainder is 9x plus 10. Also x square plus 2x plus 1 into 3x minus 5 plus 9x plus 10 is equal to 3x cube plus 6x square plus 3x minus 5x square minus 10x minus 5 plus 9x plus 10. So simply what is given here is, this is the format: dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This is the exactly what was given in the previous slide. So this whole thing is simply in this line. So this is similar to Euclid's division algorithm, which we have seen in chapter 1. So this is the division algorithm for the polynomials, and same like the Euclid's division lemma, here the statement is, if p of x and g of x are two polynomials where g of x cannot be 0, then we can find polynomials q of x and r of x such that p of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, where r of x is equal to 0 or r of x is less than g of x. So this is similar to the Euclid's division lemma what we have seen in chapter 1. So this whole thing is called division algorithm for polynomials. Now let us solve some questions based on this division algorithm. See, you can see here one polynomial is given of degree 4 and two roots of these polynomials are given. Now what we have to do is find out a polynomial and divide the given polynomial with the obtained polynomial. So here, as you can see, two roots are given. Now we use these two roots to find out the polynomial. Simple. If these roots are given, we can turn them into the factors by writing them in this format. Now you can multiply these two factors, you will get another quadratic polynomial which is nothing but the same. Now this x square minus 2 which is obtained by the roots of this given polynomial is also a factor of the given polynomial. So if it is a factor of the given polynomial, we can exactly divide this polynomial with the obtained polynomial. So here given polynomial is there, which is dividend, and divisor is the obtained polynomial. Now when we start dividing, again we will follow the division algorithm for polynomials. The highest power here, the highest degree here divided by highest degree here. X square into 2x square is equal to 2x power 4. Again minus 2 will be multiplied with 2x square, that will give us minus 4x square. Subtract the value, this will cancel, the result will be minus 3x square plus x square plus 6x, minus 3x cube plus x square plus 6x minus 2. So again we multiply x square with minus 3x, we get minus 3x cube. Again subtract the value, 3x will go, the resultant will be x square minus 2. So x square minus 2 into 1 is x square minus 2. Again multiply, subtract the value, you will get remainder is 0. So this polynomial has been divided by this polynomial exactly. So here you can see the quotients also given. The first quotient term is this, second quotient term is this. Step by step we achieved these quotient values, and the third quotient is this. So the overall quotient will be 2x square minus 3x plus 1. Now see, so you can see here this whole given polynomial can be expressed into two factors, that is x square minus 2 into the quotient value 2x square minus 3x plus 1. Now this quotient we have achieved now. So when you split this quotient to when you factorize this quotient, you will get two other roots. As you can see, when you split the value here and you factorize this polynomial, you get 2x minus 1 and x minus 1. So the final values, the value of the roots or the value of the zeros will be x is equal to 1 by 2 and x is equal to 1. So therefore these zeros of the given polynomials are 2, root 2 and minus root 2, which were already given in the question, and half, that is 1 by 2, and 1 we have found out by doing the division of the polynomial. Now these are some practice questions. Please note down, pause the video and note down. So thank you very much for watching the video.